Testing, testing. 1, 2. I wanna speak on Abuesa's talk on sessions. I got a lot of phone calls on that particular talk, and it's definitely a thin line between love and hate. The brother showed passion, and he showed a lot of concern. But if you looked at the perspective of it, it's a perspective that we need. It's not politically correct for any other group to tell you about yourself at that level. And it's not politically correct, or it doesn't make sense for anyone that has an agenda or an ulterior motive, or if there's any type of conspiracy, or if there's any truth to any of the conspiracy, why would your oppressor tell you what he's doing to you and why? So there's theory in all of this, but the theory proves that we're thinking critically. And critically thinking is needed, not to build hatred or animosity towards any other, group of people just because of their historical background. We know that no man bears the burden of his father. But there has been something put into place, and if we don't understand that and we play into it, then we're setting ourselves up. And I think that's the main thing that Brother Issa was saying when he called the African American a Frankenstein. These names, this framework, these groups, these parties, we grow up and we just accept them, but we don't really understand the origin of why we call ourselves what we call ourselves and how that affects the overall narrative. Versus, calling yourself black versus colored versus African American. What's the agenda behind even coming up with these names? If we're American and all people are equal, then why do we need to identify at this level if it's not tribalism? And if it is tribalism, then I need to know who my tribe is, because that's where the group, that's where the benefit of the group will be, because you have something in common, and you have a common problem that you have to fix, or you have to push back commonly, in a common way, with people who are going through similar challenges, for lack of better words. So that's what I got from the talk. A direct, straight talk, in your face. This is what it is. Now, if you hear that, and now you still wanna be like everybody else, you still wanna do what everybody else is doing. You don't think about how this stuff is even happening the way that it's happening at this level, and you just want to go with the flow, or do what you feel, or live once, and all of these cliches. Then you're setting yourself up for a diabolical scheme. Yes. I do believe that. And it's like a casino. The house always wins. So, but you don't have to play every game in the casino. So it's that type of thinking. It's a level of, we're playing the game. We're in the system. We're part of something. We're in. So knowing that and understanding that is the first step. Having a self-identity is another step. Having spirituality is another step. So all of these are steps into awakening. And then once you get into a point of confidence, now when you receive information, you're processing it different. How do you process information from a high ground versus processing information from a low ground? So that's what I walked away with from Abuesa's talk. I'm sure we're gonna have more on this subject. Abuesa, Hafidhullah, he's not done. He has more to say on the topic. But I definitely want this to be engaging. I want there to be some interactivity with this whole subject. So guys, don't be shy. Say something in the comments. Object. Reject, whatever. Do what you got to do. But we have to have a town hall conversation about our identification, about our history and about moving forward. And no, moving forward doesn't mean that you drag the past along with you, or that you hold grudges and hold gripes, or you try to spark animosity. No, that's not what that's for. But if you need to know where you've been to understand where you're going, I think that's the motivation behind the conversation. And we have a lot of mixed truths that need to come into more of a group understanding. Where people can be confident that we're relying on the most authentic information about our history that we possibly can. And that's only right.